Who is this person? Okay, I should probably get that up. Admit. See waiting room. Admit all. Okay. Oh God, everything hurts already. It's fine, I'm gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Okay, put this down here, admit here. Da, 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 da. Hi everyone, we're just gonna get started in like 1 minute or so. It's weird like putting on makeup today. I was like, why am I doing this? Want to use the microphone? I think it's a good idea. Cool. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Oh, I can use it for like this. It's recording. Okay. Feeling this, you know? Huh?
Hey guys. So for our mat class today, there's going to be a buns and thighs focus.
Yes.
You don't need a prop, but if you want to amp it up a notch and you have a stretch band, you can go ahead and grab it. We're going to use that only if you have one. If you don't have one, you'll still get a nice benefit in your buns and thighs, but you can always amp it up. Kelly is going to amp it up.
I might. I'm leaving myself options.
All right, so we're going to start standing. Let's go right into it. I want you to stand at the very front edge of your mat. We'll start with some standing footwork. So give me heels together, toes apart, Pilates stance, only about a fist with the space between your big toes. Take your hands and place them behind your head, one palm directly in the other, right in the crease of the neck. Pull up on the base of the skull so you create space between the bones of the neck. Now rise up to releve. If your heels come apart, just shimmy them until they're together, squeeze them tight. Slow as you can. Pull the abs in and lower your body down into a plie, as if we're doing footwork on the reformer. And then stretch all the way back up, lift. If you can keep the heels up, do it. Again, bend the knees and lower down, and keep pulling your spine up in opposition. And then rise back up, really engage through those thighs. Again, lower down, abs pulling in and up. As you rise up, feel the zipper from the heels all the way through the backs of the knees and up through the pelvic floor. One more slow, down, and 2, and 3. As you rise back up, keep actively pressing the head against the hands against the head. We flow, plie down and up, and we bend and stretch. Again, you're down. And up, again, bend, extend, lower, squeeze up. Every time you lift, pull the kneecaps up off the shins, engage those quadriceps. One more, down, up, and freeze. Lower the heels down, take your hands down by your sides. Good job. Open up your heels so that your legs are open, hip socket distance and parallel. Now take a squat, send your hips back and your arms forward, lift the arms to the ear level. Yes. And then rise back up as you're lifting your body back up. Press the hands back. Again, lower the body down like you're taking a chair pose in yoga. And then rise back up, push the hands back like you're pushing through quicksand, squeeze the glutes. Again, lower, the feet stay planted. And then lift, squeeze those hips through those hands. Again, send the hips back, dive the body forward. Pull the abs in as you push the hands back and the hips through. Let's flow. And you sit and stand, working through those quads, those hamstrings. As you rise back up, engage those quads and those glutes simultaneously. Every time you lift, push the heels deeper into the floor to activate the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Nice job. Last one. Good job. Hold it up. Stay there. Bring the feet all the way together so that they're completely touching. And genie the arms in front of you, stacking one over the top of the other. Rising up to releve, slow. Heels lift. And then we lower the heels. Think tendon stretch on the reformer. Again, rise up, up, up. And lower down, down, down. Again, take a lift, lift, lift. And lower, lower, lower. Again, rise and lower. Give me two more. Zipping up through the backs of the legs. Lower down, but keep growing through the crown of the head. Last time, lift, lift, lift. And lower, lower, lower. Keep your arms crossed, cross the ankles, and gently, gracefully lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Once you arrive, center yourself within the space and lie all the way flat. Draw one knee and then the other knee in towards the chest. And let's try line footwork now. So if you need support underneath your lumbar spine, you can take your hands beneath your pelvis in an open diamond shape. Otherwise, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Look at your belly button and place one palm in the other at the crook of the neck one more time. Gazing at the abdominals, take your feet into a Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart. Stretch and extend through the tops of the feet and begin to push and pull. Again, inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend. Imagine you are on that reformer, feet on the foot bar, and you're pushing through 4 full springs, pulling and resisting back through 4 full springs. Again, 5 more. And bend. Extend the legs and then drag them in. Push and pull. I stay on that tummy. One more time, guys. Stretch, bring it back in and freeze. Lower your head for a moment, give the abs a break. Close the knees so your legs are airtight and keep those feet extended and pointed. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders back up, moving into arches. Imagine your feet are wrapped around that foot bar. Begin to push out against 4 springs, drag in against 4 springs. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend. Again, guys, stretch and pull. Make sure the tops of your feet are extended, but you're not crunching through the toes. Lengthen and pull it in. Check in with your abs. Make sure they're sinking down towards your spine and not doming upwards towards the ceiling. Last 3. Inhale out. Exhale in. Again, stretch and pull. Last one. Push it out. Pull it in. Stay there. Rest the head for a moment. Give the abs and neck a break. Keep the legs airtight at the ankles and knees, but flex all 10 toes now, working on those heels. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders back up. Look at your abs. Start to push out through those heels. Out. Drag it back in. All 10 toes stay flexed all the way back. Again, lengthen and bend. Working our legs and abs simultaneously. Again, push 10 toes back as you pull. 5 to go, guys. Stretch. Drag it back in. Inhale, exhale, elbows wide. You're lifted to the tips of those blades. Final 2. On your last one, I'm gonna ask you to stay there. Hold it and just work the feet. Extend the toes and then flex. Reach the toes forward and then reach the heels forward. Challenge those abdominals by taking those legs down to where you feel your abdominals tremble, but your back is able to stay anchored on that mat. Working through the feet for tendon stretch. You've got 4 more. And again, last 3. Nice work. Final 2. Make them your best ones yet. Good job. Flex the feet, bend the knees, hug them with your hands, and rest your head to the mat. Good work, you guys. Take that neck and stretch it by looking over the right shoulder. and then over the left shoulder. The good news is we're done with our leg work. The bad news is we gotta go right back into our abs, or maybe that's good news, I don't know. All right, guys, so if you've got that stretch band, I want you to go ahead and grab it. Place it around your thighs. So you're gonna step into it. Oh, it's up to you. You decide. We're going above the knees. So step into the stretch band and bring it above the knees.
This was a mistake.
All right. Take your head, neck, and shoulders and lift it up for the 100. Send your arms long by your hips and extend your legs out long in front of you. Take them to a position where you know you're going to challenge your abs, but you can keep your back anchored. Let's start with the arms, begin to pump them. Inhaling for a full 5 counts and exhaling for a full 5 counts. As you're pumping those arms, feel like you're hitting the ceiling with the top of your hand and hitting the floor with the bottom of your hand. It's a fresh breath of air for a full 5 counts, and then you empty every atom of air for a full 5 counts. Make sure you don't shortchange that inhale. It's just as long as that exhale. One more time with those arms. Now calm the pumping, stay right where you are, and instead of those arms, open those legs out and in, out and in, out and in. Let's start that breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling for 5 beats and exhaling for 5 beats. Again, work the band while you work the breath. And don't forget about those arms. They're energized and lengthened. They never stop moving. They're always lengthening forward. One more time, inhaling. Exhale every atom of air. Now stay where you are and don't check out just yet. Curl up an inch higher. Send the legs an inch lower. And then bend the knees all the way in. Rest the head, rest the hands. You're done. Good work, you guys. All right, you can keep that band around your thighs and send your legs all the way out long in front of you for the roll up. The feet are flexed. The legs can be open if you want some extension along that band, if you want to engage those outer thighs. Take your arms all the way up to the ceiling and maybe reach them back to 45 degrees to challenge yourself. For the roll up, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up with your arms. And as you exhale, round the spine forward out of the mat and reach over the toes, not past them. Now dig a little deeper into the abdominals and begin to roll back. Active flex of the feet. Draw the blades down. Push every bone into that mat. Head goes down, arms go back. Let's try it again. Inhale, lift the head up through the window of the arms. Exhale, peel every bone out of that mat and reach over the toes, but not past them. Wrap the abdominals deeper and plug the shoulders onto the spine and roll the spine down. Keep pushing the heels one direction, body in the other. Head down, arms back again. Inhale, head up. Exhale, spine up and reach. Inhale, drop the shoulders. Scoop the belly, press every bone into the mat. Head down, arms back, let's flow. Inhale, up. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Again, curl it up, stretch it forward. Dig deep into the abs and roll down. 2 more, curl it up. Stretch over the toes. Roll down and back. 1 more, take it up and forward. Roll back, rest the head, arms all the way up. Good job, you guys. All right, let's leave the band around the thighs. Take the arms down to the mat. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Let's prepare for the rollover. Send your legs to the ceiling. Let's start with the legs glued together and pointed toes. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, curl the hips up and over the head so that your toes touch the floor behind you, or do the best you can. Now press the legs out against your band, flex your feet, and slow as you can, roll forward into the mat. See how straight you can keep your knees. Take the legs down to 45 degrees if available. Hug them together, point the toes, breathe in, exhale up, bend over, engaging through the core. Keep the arms long and active as you press the legs out and flex the feet. Breathe in and slow as you can, roll down. Keep the heels reaching one direction as the tail reaches in the other. Down to 45, together and point, breathing in, exhale up and over. Open the legs, trace a line on the floor behind you and flex the feet. Roll down bone by bone. Once you hit 45 degrees, hug the legs together, point and freeze. Let's reverse. Press against the band, flex the toes, inhale, exhale up and over to the floor behind you. Squeeze together, point the feet, roll the spine down, bone by bone into the mat. Legs reach out to 45, they press out, flex, inhale, exhale up and over. The legs press together, toes point, stretch, and you roll down. Every bone, every nerve, every muscle. One more. Out to 45. Open the legs, flex. Inhale and exhale up and over. Hug them together. Point the toes, breathe in and exhale. Melt your spine down. When the legs hit 90, stay where you are. Bend the knees in towards the chest. Good job, you guys. All right, you can get rid of that band if you've got it around your thighs. Put it to the side for a moment. We're not done with it quite yet. All right, so send your right leg up to the ceiling and send your left leg out long in front of you, preparing for one leg circles. The bottom foot is flexed, the top foot is pointed. Arms are long and active into the mat. Begin circling your leg over across the body, down and around and up. Across, down, around, and lift. Every time you go up, there's a sharp stop. At the top, use your abs to help. 4 more. Across, around, and scoop up. Your bottom foot is flexed strong, as if you were standing on it. 1 more. Good. Reverse. Out a little and over a lot. Imagine you're hitting every corner of the mat. Open a little, but deep cross. And right before that leg comes up, there is a deep scoop and pull of the abs. Out a little, over a lot. 2 more. Keep the bottom foot strong and active. Freeze at the top. Flex your top foot. Give me a scissor kick to switch. Awesome. Your bottom foot flexes. Your top foot points. Let's circle across the midline. Over, around, and lift. Imagine there's a magnet up at the ceiling. And every time you come up, that magnet suctions your toes right back up to meet it. Again, cross and lift. Hit every corner of the mat. Abs in and up. A split second before that leg hits the ceiling. Reverse. Out a little, over a lot, and up. Your shoulders and your hips are quiet against that sharp movement of the leg. Really feel your thigh massaging in that hip socket. You got 3 more to go right here. That's 3. Keep your back anchored into the mat. That's 2. Arms stay long and active. Hold, flex that top foot, and lengthen it all the way down into the mat. All right, guys. We're skipping rolling like a ball, so let's stay right here and draw one knee and then the other knee in towards the chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, going right into single leg stretch. All right. Take your outside hand or your right hand onto your right ankle, and take your left hand onto your right knee, and then extend the left leg out long in front of you as low as you can maintain your back on the mat. Now your hands are set up so that you can align your ankle and your knee. I want you to strongly pull those hands apart. Now inhale to switch the legs and exhale to hold. Now your left hand should be on your left ankle, right hand should be on that left knee. Pull the hands apart. Inhale to switch and exhale to hold. Inhale to switch and exhale to hold. Really feel that bow and arrow position in those legs. Let's flow. Inhale right and left. Exhale right and left. Deep, long breath for 2 knees and long exhale for 2 knees. Inhale for 2 and then exhale for 2. Last set, guys. Right and left. Final 1. Good job. Pull both knees in towards the chest. Rest your head and place your feet flat on the mat. Now, since we're doing a buns and thighs focus today, we're going to stop with the abdominal work and go into the glute work, alternating abs and legs. So arms long by your sides, setting up like a shoulder bridge. Walk your feet very close to your seat. You should be able to graze your heels with your fingertips. Now the arms are pressing heavy into the mat, heels are pressing heavy. You curl your pelvis up and out of the mat, bone by bone, until you have one long diagonal from shoulder to hip to knee. Now roll back down, starting with the ribs, and then the waist, and finally the sacrum. Again, curl the pubic bone towards the ribs and peel the spine out of the mat, bone by bone. And then melt the ribs first to roll the spine all the way back down. Again, hips tilt towards the ribs. Your belly sinks as your hips rise. And then roll down. Every single bone matters as you melt. 2 more. Tilt your pubic bone towards your belly and hollow out those abs. Roll down. Find more length in the arms, more length in the tail. Last 1. Curl it up. All the way to that bridge. Long diagonal from shoulder to hip to knee, and you freeze. Stay right there, but soften the front ribs and melt the back ribs into the mat. Your hips are still elevated. Let's curl, under with the pelvis, under, curl, squeeze. Every time those hips curl under, there's a pinching of the glutes. Sits bones come together deeper and deeper every time. You got 8 more. Every time those hips curl under, I want a deeper hollowing of the abs. They work as a team. You've got 4 more. Check in with those arms. They should still be long and active into that mat. And freeze. Hold it at the top. Take a deep breath in. Use your entire exhale to roll the length of the spine down bone by bone by bone. Let's go back to the ab work now, moving into double leg stretch. The knees come in towards the chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up and place your hands on tops of your shins. Now take those arms and reach them all the way back to 45 as you send your legs out to 45 and freeze. Arms circle to the side walls, the knees pull in and you hug them with your hands, breathe out. Arms and legs reach into opposite diagonals as you breathe in. The arms circle around, the legs stay airtight. Exhale as you fold it up, legs flow. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, tuck. Getting the arms and legs longer and then pulling them in tighter. As you're working those arms and legs, your trunk stays stable. Eyes stay glued to the abdominals. Nothing is more interesting than your belly button. Give me 5 more. Lengthen, circle around and pull. Press it and pull it in. Good, keep lifting as you reach the arms back. Don't let those arms pull your head down. Hold on the one, nice. Or do another one. Rest your head, rest your legs. Perfectly done, Cal, nice job. All right, guys, let's take the feet down into that shoulder bridge position again. And let's take a second variation to work into those hamstrings and glutes. So press the arms down, press all 4 corners of each foot down, and bridge those hips up to where we last left off. Now at the top, take your knees and press them in and then press them out. Squeezing into the midline and then opening away from it. Hug the thighs and then open them. Squeeze and open. Feel the zip from the kneecap all the way up through the pelvic floor. Hugging like you're squeezing 100 pennies between your thighs. Nice. Can I get 8 more? Squeeze it in. Open. And when you open, you can go slightly wider than your feet. Press and open. Keep those hips high and stable. Again, 4 to go. In 3, I'm going to ask you to keep those knees together, just like your mama told you. Hold those knees tight together, stay where you are. Let's pulse the hips. Take them up with those knees kissing. Air tight, no space, no light between them. You got 4 more. And 3. Beautiful. 2, stay on the 1 and freeze. Take a deep breath in, freeze, don't move. Now as you breathe out, open the knees and roll the spine all the way back down. Beautiful. Draw those knees back in towards the chest. We're into our ab series again. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders back up. Now the legs extend all the way up towards the ceiling. You grab as close to that ankle on your right leg with both hands. Lengthen the left leg down without letting it touch the ground. If you're looking for that hamstring stretch, flex both feet strongly. Now pull your right leg towards your nose 2 times and switch. Pull that left leg 2 times and switch. Right leg goes pull, pull, and switch, and pull, pull, and switch. Keep going. Double pull on the right and double pull on the left. Again, 2 pulls and 2 pulls. Make it like a heartbeat, you guys. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. Again, pull, 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 pull. With every pull of the legs, there's a drumming of the abs against the spine. Give me 2 more. Just like this. 1 and done. Beautiful job. Bend the knees, rest the head, and we're back into our glutes. Now, feet just in the exact same spot we had for shoulder bridge. Take the arms down in the exact same spot again. Bridge the hips up. Give me that long diagonal from shoulder to hip to knee. Stay exactly where you are and take your feet wide. Right leg starts. You go right leg out, left leg out. So right leg steps out and then left foot steps out. And then right foot steps in and left foot steps in. It's right foot out and left foot out. And then right foot in and left foot in. Again, wider with the right and wider with the left, narrow with the right and narrow with the left. We step out, in, and in. Let's do 1 more with that right foot lead. Now we start with that left foot. Step that left foot out and right foot out. Now left foot in and right foot in. Again, it's out and out and in and in. Good job. Check in with your ribs. Make sure they're still soft. 2 more, guys. Left foot wider, right foot wider, left foot narrow, right foot narrow. Last one. Good job. In, and hold. Roll the spine all the way down. Feel like you're smoothing out a piece of tape along a piece of paper. Draw the knees back in towards the chest. Let's go back into our abdominals. Now we're going into the lower lift. So if you need that lower back support, place your hands underneath your sacrum in that open diamond shape. If you need more neck support, the hands go palm in palm right at the crease of the neck. Now peel the head, neck, and shoulders up. Look right at your tummy. Send the legs to the ceiling. Hold them long and lower them down for 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly lift. 3 and 2 and 1. Do it again. Slowly lower. 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly lift for 3 and 2 and 1. Can I get some leg beats? As you lower, beat those legs together. Hold. Now as you lift, beat the legs together, and you hold. Do it again. Beat for 3 and 2 and hold. Come up and beat for 3 and 2 and hold. Let's do 4 more, guys. Take it down for 3 beats, freeze. Take it up for 3 beats and you freeze. Again, take it down for 3 beats, freeze. Take it up for 3 beats, freeze. 2 more, go down. Keep looking at your abs. Reach out of those hips as you lift. Last one, beat 3 and 2 and 1. And then beat 3 and 2 and hold. Nice job. Bend the knees, rest the head. Let's go back to that shoulder bridge position. Place your feet down, remove the hands from under the sacrum if they were there. All right, bridge back up into that exact same spot we were in before. Now instead of opening the feet wider and narrower, we're gonna walk them a little further away from the glutes. Right foot starts. Step your right foot forward and then the left foot forward and then right foot back and left foot back. Good. Right foot and left foot. Nice count. Right foot back and left foot back. Step the right foot forward and the left foot. And then right foot back and left foot back. Let's take 2 more. Just like this, and then we'll do a left foot lead. Last one. It's right foot out and left foot. Right foot back. Left foot starts. Step that left foot forward. Right foot forward. Left foot back and right foot back. It's left foot forward. Right foot. Back and back. Left and right. Left foot slide and right foot slide. 1 more. I lied. 2 more. And left foot in, right foot in. 1 more time. Left foot, right foot, and back and back. Good job, guys. Roll the spine all the way down. We got 1 more abdominal exercise to do here before we flip our bodies over. So draw the knees in towards the chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up and out of the mat. Hands behind the head, 1 palm in the other, right where the neck meets the skull. Now, take your left leg and extend it out long to 45 degrees in front of you and twist that left armpit to the right knee. Make sure the elbows are open wide and you're going armpit to knee, not elbow to knee. Now, as you lift through center, deep breath in, switch the legs, exhale, twist to the other direction. Now it's the right armpit twisting to the left knee. Inhale up through center, switch those legs and exhale, twist to that right knee. Inhale up through center, stable hips. Exhale, twist to the left knee, let's flow. Come up and twist right and up and twist left. You're up through center, rotate those ribs. Keep those hips quiet as you're twisting through the torso. Elbows wide, and if you need to increase your twist, try and look at the elbow behind you. Go up and twist. 2 more. Up and twist right, up and twist left. Last set, best set. And up and twist left, come to the center and rest your head. Nice work. Let's take a moment and stretch those abs. Extend the legs out long in front of you, the arms all the way back behind you. Lift those ribs up off of the mat into a gentle extension. Beautiful job. All right, from here, press the back ribs down, press the abdominals down, bring your arms down by your sides, and let's flip over onto our bellies. Let's do a little extension work. All right, so let's place the hands palm over palm right underneath the forehead. Make a little pillow with your hands. And we'll start with some hamstring curls. So draw the legs a little bit closer together, very, very parallel. Start with a single leg to begin today. I want you to anchor that right hip down into the mat, but float the right leg long and high up off of the mat. The foot is pointed. Now keep your thigh elevated, flex your foot and bring that heel into your seat. Now extend your leg back and point the toes, lower the leg down. Same leg, same side, leg up. Flex and heel seat. Extend, point the toes, lower the leg down. Again, leg rises, flex the foot, hamstring curl. Extend and lower down. Again, leg up. Flex, squeeze the heel in. Extend through the toes and lower. Do it again. Rise up. Flex, hamstring curl. Extend and lower. This time, leg up. Flex and curl, hold. Stay right there. Stamp that heel to the sky. Go up, squeeze. Up, squeeze. Find that spot where the thigh meets the glute and make that smiley face position. Try and keep that knee at 90. Give me 2 more here. Go up, squeeze, freeze. Stop right there. Extend your leg, point those toes, reach it long. Float the leg down, other side. Nice job, Cal. They are hard, right? I know. All right, so anchor your hips, check in and make sure that you're not dumping into your low back. Suction the navel up so you protect your lumbar spine. Now anchor that left hip down into the mat and float the left leg long out of the hip. The foot is pointed. Now flex the toes and squeeze your heel to your seat. Extend your leg long and point the toes and float the leg down. Again, lift the leg. Flex, hamstring curl. Extend and lower down. Again, rise up. Flex in. Extend, float down. Again, leg up. Flex, stretch, and lower. Again, the leg lifts. Hamstring curl, stretch it, and lower. 2 more. Up with the leg, in with the foot, stretch, and lower. 1 more. Leg up, heel in, extend, and lower. This time, float the leg, bring it in and freeze. Keep that foot flex, knee bent. Let's stamp that ceiling. Up, squeeze, up, squeeze. Keep your abdominals engaged. It's easy to let them go here because your focus is on your glute and hamstring. But you've got to make sure your back doesn't start to take the work. So keep those abs pulling up towards the spine. You got 4 more. Keep that knee bent at 90. It wants to come out of that bend. Don't let it. Hold it. Stay there. Don't check out. Stretch the leg long. Point the toes. Float the leg down. Good work. Sit back on those heels. Take a little active stretch. You deserve it. It's so hard. And when you're in this active stretch, make sure that you're rounding your back a lot so that you take whatever muscles you may have dumped into and stretch them. Pull the abdominals up off of your thighs. Make sure you give your lumbar spine a break. Beautiful. All right, from here, let's go back onto the abdominals, do a little upper back extension work before we go back into our glute focus. All right, so same position, 1 palm directly under the other. Make a little pillow with your hands. Ideally, the legs are squeezing together to get those inner thighs working. If you can't do it, do the best you can. Now press all 10 toenails into the mat and lift your knees off the mat to engage the quads. At the same time, press your hips down, scoop your belly up to engage the abdominals. Now maintain all of that as you raise the head, the hands, and the heart up off of the mat. Try and keep your hands attached to your forehead. Now as you float back down, find length through the crown of the head in one direction and length through the tail in the other. Let's do it again, guys. 10 toenails down, 2 kneecaps lift. 2 hip bones down, abs lift. And then your head and your hands and your heart all float up together. As you lower down, stretch the bones of the spine, create length. Again, 10 toenails down, lift your knees. Hip bones anchor down, lift your abs. And the head and the hands and the heart all float up. This time I want you to stay lifted, don't move. Now staying in this position, imagine you're in the ocean and a wave comes along and you're bobbing your head up with the wave and down with the wave. Up and down. And I want that quality of movement to be like a wave, lifting and lowering like you're floating in that water. Rise up, lower down, and again, 2 more, up and down. Final one, it's up, float down and freeze, lower all the way to the mat and steady. Nice job. From here, place the hands under the armpits, elbows tucked into the rib cage. Now, keep the hands hovered an inch off of the mat for a moment and use just the strength of the upper back to float your head and heart up and out of the mat. Now put your hands down, use those hands to come up a little bit higher until you have a 90-degree angle at your elbow joint. Now we're going to do an exercise called catch and release. Think of this position as your catch. Now release the position, shoot the arms out in front of you as you dive forward, and then right back up, catch yourself, press up into that extension. Again, diving forward, release the position, legs go up, and then legs go down as you push the chest up. Again, release and catch yourself back up. Again, release and then catch yourself. 2 more, release the position and then catch yourself and release and then catch yourself. Good job. Relax back down, sit back on your heels, active rest pose again. Nice glute engagement on those, Cal.
You don't squeeze it, nobody else will.
That's right. All right, guys, let's go into single leg kick. Again, focusing on hamstrings and glutes while we work our extension. So this time you're propped up on your forearms. Your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. You have loose fists in your hands. Expand the chest like you're pulling your heart through your biceps. And then let's kick it up a notch today. I want you to press the fists down against the mat and hover your elbows an inch off of the mat. Really engaging those muscles under the armpits. Now maintain that position, scoop the belly up. I want to be able to see clear across the other side of the room under your belly. Your goal in life is to maintain that position and keep it quiet as we work the lower half of the body. Kick your right heel to your seat 2 times and stretch it back. Left heel, kick, kick, stretch. Go hamstring, hamstring, quad. Kick, kick, and stretch. Good. Keep going. And as you're working your legs, check in with your elbows. Make sure they're still hovered. Check in with your chest. Make sure it's still open. Make sure you're still engaging the muscles under the blades, lats and serratus. Last set and stretch. 1 more. It's a kick and a reach. Carefully lower the elbows, gracefully lower your body, turn your head to the left, and we move right into double leg kick from here. Place your hands, 1 palm in the other, on your back, and trace up your spine as high as you can towards your bra line. Let your elbows melt to the floor, and then squeeze your legs together as if they were a mermaid tail. Now anchor the hips into the mat and kick both of your feet to your bottom for 3 and 2, and stay there on 1. Now imagine a string connecting your hands to your feet. And as your legs extend, you trace down your spine, reach past your sacrum and lift, opening the chest. Loop the shoulders back and together behind you. Now turn your head to the right, lower down onto your face, trace up your spine, hands on your back. Kick your seat, 3 and 2 and 1. Legs extend, arms extend, spine extends. Can we float?
Sure.
Let's go. Exhale, kick, kick, kick. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Other side, exhale, kick, kick, kick. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And again, exhale, kick, kick, kick. Inhale, lengthen and lift, lift. Last one, exhale, kick, kick, kick. Inhale, lift and freeze right there. Stay where you are. Keep the upper body silent as you float your legs up off of the mat. Keep the legs silent as you unhook your hands and circle them wide to the side walls, all the way to the front wall. Hold your position and we swim. Big arms, fast legs, flutter kick. Inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. Good job. Inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. More, best one, inhaling for 5. Exhaling for 5. Stop the swimming, but stay where you are and stretch another inch. Float everything down. Sit back on your heels. You deserve an active stretch. Beautiful work.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure your abs are pulling up and away from your thighs. All right, guys, continuing on with our glutes and thighs focus. If you've got that stretch band, I want you to grab it again and I want you to place it around your thighs again. We're moving into our side kick series. If the band becomes too much, you can always remove it. If you don't have a band at home, don't worry, you're still gonna feel that thigh focus. So I want you to lie on your right side. You're gonna line your back up with the entire back edge of the mat. So you're in one long line from elbow to shoulder to hip to heel, long legs. Yeah. Your head is propped up in your hand. If this isn't comfortable for you, please feel free to rest your ear on your bicep. Your opposite hand is 6 inches in front of your chest with your fingers pointing towards the short side of the mat. Now float the legs off of the mat, float them to the front edge of the mat and lower only your bottom leg. Top leg is still lifted in line with the hip. Slight internal rotation of the top leg so you make sure you're in your outer thigh. Now take that leg and kick it forward towards your nose once, kick it a little deeper twice, and then point the toes, sweep it behind you so you feel the hip open. Do it again. Flex your foot and kick it as far forward as you can. Root the hip back as you kick it deeper. And then point, sweep the leg behind you, feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Let's flow. 2 kicks front, 1 back. Again, kick front and front, sweep it back. Again, as you're working that leg, make sure that your hips remain stable and stacked, shoulders stable and stacked. Keep that top leg moving and check in with that bottom foot. Make sure it's flexed and active. It's still working. Again, 2 kicks to the front, 1 to the back. Last time. Kick and sweep. Stay there. Take that leg and bring it right over the bottom leg. Flex the foot and try and stretch it longer and longer out of your hip. Now hold this position, but bring that leg up for 3 counts. Bring it up for 2 counts. Bring it up for 1 count. Point and light down. Again, flex and reach it as you lift it. Reach it as you lift it. Reach it as you lift it. Point to lower. Again, flex and get up. Get up a little more. Get up a lot more. Point to lower. Last time, guys. Flex and reach it up. And another inch. And another inch. Point, go down. Let's reverse. Flex and lift it quickly. Now point and lower it down slowly. Like you don't want that band to release. Do it again. Flex up and then point and stretch it long and longer and longest. Again, flex and lift the leg. Point to lengthen and lower. All the way down. Last time, up with that flexed foot. Down with the pointed foot. Stop when it's in line with that hip. Let's circle. Go up and around. Up and around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Back and around. Back and around. 4, 3, 2, and freeze. Now flex that foot again. Stay where you are. Internally rotate those toes. Keep it flexed and externally rotate those toes. Again, internal rotation. And then external rotation. Feel like you're sculpting your thigh internally, and then you're sculpting your thigh externally. Turn the toes down and the knee down. Turn the toes up and the knee up. 2 more, guys. Internal rotation. External rotation. This time, turn the toes down, keep them turned down, and pulse your heel to the ceiling. Take it up. Give me 8, 7, 6, and 5. Again, 4, and 3, 2, stop on the 1. Now keep that position in that internal rotation and bend your knee down to the mat in front of your bottom knee. Now take that foot and aim it towards the back corner of your mat, reaching high above hip level. Yes. Bring the knee down, tap the mat in front of the bottom knee. Push the heel to the back corner of the mat. Again, knee down on the mat in front of you, heel to the wall behind you. Knee down, internally rotated, heel back, internally rotated. A little faster, guys. Knee down, stretch the leg back. Knee down, leg back. And again, knee down and leg back. Keep those hips totally quiet. Give me 4 more, looking good. And again, give me 3 more. Push. Last 2. Extend, stretch. 1 more. Down, hold it back. You know we're gonna pulse. Up, up, lift to finish. Give me 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Beautifully done. Lower the leg all the way down on top of the bottom knee. Let's roll onto the belly. Keep the band around your thighs. Make a pillow with your hands for heel beats. All right, guys. So normally we would do heel beats by beating the heels together. Now we're going to start with the heels together, and I want you to focus on pushing them out. So hands are underneath the forehead, legs are extended out long behind you. Scoop the belly, press the hip bones down and float your legs up. Start with the legs connected, accent on the out. Press them out, 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 out. Open against that band if it's on your legs. If not, imagine you have a band and really work like you're moving through thick, thick air. I'm still counting, don't worry. Last 4 and 3 and 2, stop on 1, hold, don't give up yet. Stay in it for a moment longer and float down with control. Good job, you guys. You can roll right to the other side, or if you want to keep looking at us and we want to keep looking at you, you're just going to flip around so you're lying on your left side.
Oh, everything hurts. Okay.
Let's do the entire series on the other leg. Just remember that the second side is always a little bit harder than the first. We're already fatigued from stabilizing on the other side. So just pace yourselves. Okay, so your head is locked up in your hand. Your back is lined up with the back edge of the mat. Float your legs an inch off the mat. Float them to the front edge of the mat and lower only the bottom leg, already creating tension on your band. Stretch the leg long out of the hip, slightly internally rotated so you maintain parallel. Anchor the bottom leg into the mat and kick your top leg forward as far as you can. And then kick it a little deeper. Now point your toes and sweep it back until you feel extension through the hip flexor. Again, it's a flexed foot forward once, and then deeper twice. Point, sweep it back, squeeze the glute. Take it forward, root the hips so you can get more stretch, and then send it back, staying stacked. Again, take it forward, and then a little bit more. Point, sweep it back, and we flow. Kick it twice to the front and once to the back. It's kick and sweep. Keep checking in with your bottom foot and make sure it's flexing and active. Even though we're working that top leg, we still want energy in that bottom leg. 2 kicks to the front and 1 sweep back. 2 kicks to the front, shoulders staying stacked. Keep pulling your head one direction as you reach the bottom leg in the other, and we freeze. Good job. Bring it over home base. Stay right there. Flex that foot as hard as you can. Keep reaching through the heel like you're trying to reach for the wall next to you as you raise that leg up 3 counts. Lift it up higher, 2 counts. Lift it up highest, 1 count, point, and bring it down with control. Flex it or reach it up. Stretch it up. Raise it up, point and lower it down. Do it again, flex and lift. And as that leg goes up, see if you can keep the hip away from the rib, lower it down. Last one, flex and reach high. Even higher, point, lower down, let's reverse. Flex, lift it up quick. Now point and lengthen it down 3 counts. Lengthen it down 2 counts. Lengthen it down 1. Again, flex and lift. And make it long and longer and longest. Again, flex, lift it up and resist it down. Like you don't want it to lower. Last time, flex and lift. And we lower only to the level of the hip. Stop there. Flex that foot. Little circles. Give me 8 and 7 and 6. Make sure you're striking a match with those ankles. Final 2 and reverse. Go 8 and 7. Anchor those hips. Don't let them move. Final 2. Stop on the 1. Internally rotate that leg, toes pointing down. Externally rotate, the toes are pointing up. Wrap that inner thigh to face the back of the room, and wrap your inner thigh to face the front of the room. Wrap that thigh down, toes and knee point to the floor. Externally rotate, toes and knee point to the sky. Internally rotate, sculpting your thigh, moving it through thick air. This time, internally rotate, the toes stay pointed down, heel pulses up. Give me 8 of them, and 7 and 6. Really work that internal rotation. 3 and 2, freeze on the 1. Now, keep that internal rotation and take your knee down onto the mat directly in front of your bottom knee. Now, reach the heel back over the back corner of the mat. Bring the knee down in front of your bottom knee. Stretch the leg higher than the hip to the back corner of the mat. Good. Ooh, I see Woo! Kelly shaking. And then stretch the leg back. Push. Pull the knee forward. And then push it back like you're trying to push against a wall. Bring it down. Send it back a little faster. Push it down. Press it back. Resist the pull and work the push. Pull it down. Push it back. Keep working to keep the knee pointing down. Give me 4 more, just like this. How tight is your butt gonna be after this? Nice work, last time. In, reach it back and freeze. You know we have to pulse that leg because it doesn't work if we don't, and done. Lower that leg gracefully down. You guys deserve a stretch. Let's roll onto your back. Let's get rid of that band. And a quick stretch before we move forward. All right, so we worked that left leg first. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh for your figure 4 stretch. Always make sure you're crossing above the ankle bone so you avoid the tendons on the side of the foot. Draw that right knee in towards the chest, placing your left hand between the legs. Pull the right knee towards you as you push the left knee away from you. And flex both feet to deepen that stretch.
So tight.
Once you feel like you've sufficiently stretched that side, switch and do the opposite leg, right ankle over left. This side's going to be much tighter, so just be mindful.
Oh my God, okay.
Pull the left knee in towards the chest, lacing your hands or your right hand between your legs. And as you pull that left knee towards you, actively try and press the right knee away from you. Flexing both feet will deepen the stretch. Nicely done. All right, from here, we'll do 3 easy teasers before we move on. Nice and quick. Don't even think about it, because we got to get back into our glutes. All right, so legs can be long out in front of you, or if you need to modify, knees pulled in towards the chest. Let's start with those arms reaching up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. As you exhale, begin to peel the spine out of the mat, hit your teaser, stick it at the top, and freeze. Now reach a little bit longer towards the toes, and then reach a little bit longer to the ceiling. Now try and reach for the wall behind you. Tease gravity in your abs as you roll the spine all the way down. Excellent. Inhale at the bottom to prepare, and as you exhale, teaser up, roll out of the mat, stick it, stay there and reach towards the toes. Now reach to the ceiling. Now reach for the wall behind you and gracefully fall back into the mat. Last one, it's our transition. So inhale, and as you exhale, teaser up, stick it and stay there. Hold it at the top, reaching for the toes. Reach for the ceiling. Now this time, circle the arms around behind you and place your hands on the mat. I want your fingers to face away from you. Now bend your knees in toward your chest and take your toes down to the floor. For can-can, since we're working on thigh focus, why not? Now for can-can, the upper body is stable. Try not to sink into the chest and take your knees to the right. Take your knees to the left. Take them back to the right and then extend, engaging the quads and abs. Put the feet back down, other side. The knees go left, and then they go right, and then they go left. Kick out from the knee and put them back down. Do it again. To the right and left and right. Kick them out, bring them in. Last time with control. And then we'll speed up. To the left, kick them out, kick them in, we float. To the right and left and right. Kick, bend again to the left and right and left. Extend and bend again to the right and left and right. Engage those quads as much as you can. And right, left, kick out and in. Good job, you guys. All right, flip over onto your abdominals. We're gonna skip swimming because we already did it. And I want you to go on all fours. Hands and knees for leg pull down. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under and show me your best plank position. Now the legs are glued together, so if they're apart, just jump them or walk them together. And we're gonna vary this a little bit to access the glutes more. So I want you to take your right leg up off of the floor. And instead of taking that left heel back and forth, I want you to lift that right leg up and then put it down. Left leg lifts. Lift it up and then put it down. Right leg up. Again, go up, put it down. Now that left leg, go up and down. Do it again. Squeeze that right glute, lengthening and down. Left leg, kick it up and up. One more, guys. Access those glutes and those hamstrings to kick that leg. Last one. Go up and up, lower down. Knees down. Good job. Let's flip it over and let's go to leg pull up.
Easy.
So I want your hands behind you again, but now I want the fingers pointing towards the glutes. Stretch the tops of the feet down towards the floor. Squeeze those glutes and curl up and out of the mat into a reverse plank position. Try and gaze right out along the horizon. Stay where you are and push down harder into those hands. Option to stay here, or if you want to kick it up a notch, amping it up, take your right leg, kick it up to the ceiling and float it down to the mat. Left leg, kick it up, float it down. Right leg up and down. Left leg up and down. Again, kick it up and down. Left leg up and down. Carefully lower the seat all the way down to the mat. Nice work.
Started to sink a little.
That's right. All right, from here, let's come to a kneeling position. We're going to go into a quick kneeling side kick series. So come onto your knees. Let's set it up accordingly. Take your hands behind your head. Open the knees so that they are hip socket distance apart. Now take those arms out to a T position. Carefully lower the right hand down to the mat and extend your left leg out to the mat. Left hand goes behind your head. Keep those hips stacked, one over the other over the knee, and float that left leg up off of the mat. Flex the foot and lower it back down. Again, point the foot and raise the leg up. Flex the foot and lower it down. As you're working that left leg, make sure that you're pushing down into that right palm. Your shoulder stays over that wrist, and your head and your hand are actively pressing against one another. Now point the foot, lift the leg up and freeze. Stay right there and circle that leg for 4 and 3. Last 2, reverse that circle. Give me 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Float that leg back down, quick break. Flex your foot at the bottom, raise that leg up again and stay. Hold that position and take that leg forward an inch and back an inch. Forward an inch and back an inch. Again, forward and back. Last one, take it forward and take it back. Lower the leg gracefully. Bend your knee and put it directly underneath your hip. Push off the right hand and float up to that T position. Other side. Float the left hand down to the mat. Extend your right leg and place your right hand behind your head. Actively push the head and the hand against each other to create space between the bones of the neck. Point that right foot and float your leg up. Now flex your right foot and float it down. Point the foot and lift. Flex the foot and lower. Again, make sure you're still parallel in that leg. Flex and lower. One more. Keep pushing hard into the floor with that left hand. Now point that right foot, float the leg up, lift it to hip level and circle that leg for 4, 3, 2, and then reverse. Nice. 4. How quiet can you keep your upper body while you circle your leg? Freeze. Float the leg down, quick break. Flex the foot. Lift that leg up another time. Stay there and take that leg forward 2 inches and back 2 inches to the front of the hip, to the back of the hip. Kick it forward. Kick it back. Again, forward, back. Last time, to the front, to the back. Right in line with that hip. Float the leg down. Nice job. Put the knee directly underneath you, all the way back up to that T position. Genie the arms, and let's stay here for thigh stretch. Now, Kelly, I'm going to ask you to turn so they can see you. Here we go. All right, you guys. So for thigh stretch, arms are going to stay in the genie position. I want you to slightly tuck your tail under before you move, creating length through the lumbar spine. Look down at your belly button and hinge your body back, back, back. Use those glutes and lift up, up, up. Do it again. Slight tuck in that tail. Tuck the chin and hinge back. Feeling that stretch in the thighs as you strengthen the thighs. And then use your quads to rise all the way back up. Again, tuck the chin, hinge back, go back, more back, and then control all the way back up. Last one, best one, you guys. Here it is. Tuck the chin, tuck that tail under and go back. More back, most back. Nice. Now come back up, all the way up. Stop at the top and freeze. Nice job. Place your hands back down onto the mat. Directly underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and come up to a plank one last time. Stay right there. Bend those knees by walking your feet a little closer towards your hands. Walk in for 4 and 3 and 2, and 1. Now walk it back for 4, and 3. Good job, and 2, and 1. Walk it in for 4, and 3. Yes, and 2, and 1. And walk it back for 4, and 3. Good job. Can you round your spine while you walk the knees in? Think knee stretches on the reformer. Yes, and then walk it back. Good job. One more time right here. Walk it in. And 2, round that back more. Good job. Walk it back. 3 and 2, stop on that 1. Now pike those hips all the way up to the ceiling. Sink the heels all the way down into the floor. Gracefully walk your hands back without wobbling, without making any noise. Once you're right by your feet, take a soft bend in your knees. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to roll that spine up. Feel like you're pressing your spine into an imaginary wall behind you. Your head arrives last. Right the palms to face forward. Circle the arms out to the side walls to come all the way up and over your head with a deep breath in. As you exhale, circle them wide to the sides to come all the way back down. And you guys are done. Keep that length with you for the rest of the day. If you still got more in you, stick around. Kelly's got a bar class coming at you right now. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for your continued support. We miss you. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Lauren. It's Linda. Miss you guys.
I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you, Lauren.